Chrisean just had a major breakdown after somebody called the cops to take Junie away from her. Now, if you've been keeping up with Chrisean, then you know that people have been threatening to call the authorities ever since Blue exposed her. The threats got even worse recently when Chrisean tattooed Blue's mugshot on her face. And as if that wasn't bad enough, June's medical condition got exposed, and it turns out he has fetal alcohol syndrome. She lost thousands of followers and received threats from people about calling the authorities on her, but it looks like somebody actually went through with that threat and reported her to Child Protective Services. The word on the street is there's a very real chance that Chrisean could lose custody of Junior if complaints keep coming, but before we get into all that, let me just give you a little breakdown of how things got this bad in the first place, because the whole world is tired of this girl's BS, and it's nobody's fault but hers. Alright, so this whole mess started a few days ago when Chrisean announced on IG that she was moving back into Blueface's house. A lot of people were disappointed, but they weren't surprised because this isn't the first time Chrisean has acted like a clown and pulled a stunt like this. However, the real backlash came a few days after this when she posted a photo on IG revealing a new tattoo of Blueface that she had gotten on her face. This immediately pissed people off, and they started going in on her. Things got so bad that she lost over 200,000 followers just a few hours later. Post pulled over 400,000 comments, and nobody was on that girl's side. One person said, "Sad as F, same girl who was just wishing he was in jail for exposing her son on Twitter. Do better." And baby, when I tell you they were dragging her for filth in those comments, I ain't even exaggerating. It looks like Chrisean definitely felt the heat because she jumped on IG Live to address the whole situation. But while she was on live, everybody noticed Unia crying hysterically in the background. Instead of Chrisean pausing the live to attend to her baby, she just kept on talking while the boy was crying in the back. What made people even more concerned was the fact that the cry didn't sound regular at all, and Chrisean didn't care enough to check up on him. Even when she finally did, she just gave him a toy to play with and jumped right back on live. However, that was just the beginning of this whole mess because right after that she got dragged again. She went on another IG Live with Unia, and people quickly noticed how unusual his face looked. They started to speculate if he had fetal alcohol syndrome, as he exhibited all the physical signs of the condition, including a small head, small eye openings, a low nasal bridge, a flat mid-face, a thin upper lip, etc.
Back on live.
Like everybody with my mother, you just mad that it's not you. What you talking about? All right, and then let's really get in the nitty gritty though. Let's really get in the nitty gritty. It's not fake. So I don't know why I keep saying it's fake. I just got it professionally done at a place where they do like some real good. Two, it was crazy because yeah, he's just popping it. My son be talking.
The moment people found out about this, they started bashing Chrisean, believing that her irresponsible behavior had caused this in the first place. If you all remember, Chrisean was definitely in the club every other night drinking while she was pregnant. She spent the entire pregnancy partying and hardly stayed at home. Through this whole backlash and controversy, Chrisean just kept losing followers every single day because folks were genuinely sick of her mess. Got so bad that somebody actually took it upon themselves to call the police, claiming she was unfit to take care of Unia. All that went down a few days ago too. She went on IG Live to talk about how awful she felt about the ongoing war between Israel and Palestine. She was getting all emotional talking about the innocent lives that had been lost, but while she was speaking, she heard a knock on the door. When she opened it, it was the cops. Apparently, somebody had anonymously called in to make a report about Unia. What's even worse is that her possibility of losing custody of Unia isn't the only legal trouble she has to deal with, because James Wright also just pressed charges against her for physically attacking him. Now, if you'll remember, Chrisean put her hands on James a couple of months ago and left him with a damaged face and a set of broken teeth after she missed her spot to perform on stage with Tam Braxton. Apparently, she was scheduled to perform as a guest artist, but she missed it because she went out to look for her friend. By the time she came back, her time was up and she wasn't allowed to get on stage anymore. So she got really angry about it, and James became the victim of that anger, leading him to end up in the hospital with some serious injuries. As soon as the news broke, people wasted no time in dragging Chrisean, blaming her reckless behavior for the entire situation. If you all recall, Chrisean was out at the club nearly every other night, drinking heavily while she was pregnant. Instead of prioritizing her health and the well-being of her unborn child, she spent most of her pregnancy partying, rarely staying at home to take care of herself. The backlash was swift and relentless. People were completely fed up with her antics, and it showed. Her follower count started plummeting by the thousands every single day. What had once been a loyal fan base began turning against her, sick of the constant drama and irresponsibility. The situation escalated even further when someone decided to take matters into their own hands. Concerned for Unia's safety, an anonymous individual called the police, reporting Chrisean as an unfit mother. This all unfolded just a few days ago during one of Chrisean's Instagram live sessions. She was on camera, visibly emotional, discussing the tragic conflict between Israel and Palestine and expressing her heartbreak over the innocent lives lost. However, in the middle of her broadcast, an unexpected knock at the door interrupted her. When she opened it, she was met with the police. To her shock, someone had reported her to the authorities, prompting them to check on Unia's welfare as if the threat of losing custody of Unia wasn't bad enough. Chrisean now has yet another legal battle on her hands. James Wright has officially pressed charges against her for physically assaulting him. If you remember, a couple of months ago, Chrisean viciously attacked James, leaving him with a badly injured face and several broken teeth. The altercation stemmed from an incident where Chrisean was supposed to perform as a guest artist on stage with Tamar Braxton. However, she missed her slot after stepping away to search for a friend. By the time she returned, her scheduled time had passed and she was no longer allowed to perform.
What is going on with that country? Cause I'm like, damn, I'm watching all this damn grief on my phone. I start praying and like, Lord, Lord, glory, glory. I keep saying, Lord, Lord, glory, glory. Bless their hearts. Like, went in straight pray mode, bro. Like, I ain't seen so much death on my mother phone. I was like, what the bro, why the is the cops at the door?
Why's what? What is it?
It's Popo's at the door. I don't know. What the I'm about to get off of here. It's that weird neighbor.
I'm not touching it. He's got to give something, man.
They said the sheriff is what? Oh, no, bro.
Furious over the missed opportunity, Chrisean lashed out, and unfortunately for James, he became the target of her rage. The attack was so severe that he had to be hospitalized with serious injuries. Now, after months of speculation about whether or not he would take legal action, James has officially decided to take her to court with both a child welfare investigation and a lawsuit looming over her. It seems like Chrisean's reckless decisions are finally catching up to her. The time, Tam's best friend, Elle, went on an explosive rant and threatened to file a lawsuit against her, but a lot of people thought he was just bluffing. TR also said he had no intentions of letting this go and is going to be working with T to make sure Chrisean goes to prison for what she did. It looks like he wasn't just bluffing after all because, according to court documents, James actually filed that lawsuit and will be dragging Chrisean to court very soon. Now, as for Chrisean, it looks like the heat is catching up to her because right after she was slapped with the lawsuit, she announced on Twitter that she was getting out of the country. She said, "The nation is more my speed. Thank God I can wake up and fly anywhere." She needs to start working on her public image because she is now on the CPS radar, and they are going to be monitoring her closely until they gather enough evidence to snatch her son from her for good. As usual, people had a whole lot to say about this situation, like this person who said, "At this point, someone needs to step in and investigate. Had this been anyone else, the baby would have been taken. I really pray he doesn't have fetal alcohol syndrome. This is no joke." Another person said, "So many of us have been saying that baby has special needs, and we were right. What makes it so bad is that people continue to defend her and her actions."
At this point, whoever want to get mad at me can get mad at me. Y'all gotta stop. First of all, let me tell you about this ghetto, disgusting gutter butt. I don't even want to call her a girl. First of all, she's trash. She should have never been at my show. So she come to Tamar concert, which I planned, and I will say that, drunk with 1,000 people, smelling like, looking dumb, okay? And so apparently she makes music. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? And apparently she wanted to drop a beat. So she was mad that she didn't get to perform. I didn't know she was a performer. And even if I did know she was a performer, she was not getting on the stage that everybody has worked their to make. So she called, first of all, y'all see the video. She was up there a drunk fool, okay? Now she caught and took your man upset because she didn't get to perform. So again, y'all saw her show her dumb during Love and War. She ruined the song, she ruined the concert, she ruined the moment. So then she go backstage and she is upset, okay? Because she didn't get to perform her ringtone. So she storms in Tamar's dressing room with 1,000 people, okay? And everybody's like, nobody knew you were supposed to perform a song. We didn't even know that you made music. We thought you was on Zeus. Right? So everybody's trying to calm her down. She's in there like a dungeon dragon, right? So then James is like, oh, it wasn't on purpose. Like, nobody tried to, like, shade you. We didn't know that you were supposed to sing. She like, lie again. And James like, no, nobody knew. And she hit James right in his face, chipped James' tooth.
I just wonder what excuses you are going to make when y'all can no longer deny it. But now I want to know your thoughts on this whole mess. What do you think about the cops pulling up on Cran, and do you think Junior is really going to be taken away from her? You all already know what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.
His nose will not stop bleeding. She's going to prison, and I promise you, and we can cancel all this right now. You don't come to nobody's show. Everybody has worked their behind off to make this tour amazing. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have a lot of help. So never will I ever let anyone get away coming to anything that anybody I know and care about plan and work hard for and assault them, and I'm letting it go. So I want everybody to let Chrisean know, whoever she is and whatever she does, I'm coming for every coin she has. And y'all know me, I'm not going to stop. I can't stop, won't stop Rockefeller Records. You do not come to my show and assault people that are working on my show, okay? I might not have sang Love and War,
But now I genuinely want to hear your thoughts on this entire situation. What do you think about the police showing up at Cran's home? Do you believe this was an overreaction, or was it a necessary step to ensure Junior's well-being, given all the concerns surrounding her parenting choices, especially after the shocking revelation about Junior's possible medical condition? Do you think Child Protective Services will take further action, or is this just another dramatic chapter in her never-ending cycle of controversy? Do you think Cran will finally take this as a wake-up call and make changes for the sake of her son, or will she continue to spiral deeper into this reckless behavior? And what about the people who reported her? Were they genuinely concerned for Junior's safety, or do you think they simply wanted to bring her down out of spite? This situation has left social media divided, with some people believing that she deserves to lose custody, while others argue that despite her questionable actions, she still loves her child and shouldn't have him taken away. Where do you stand on this? You all know the drill. Share your thoughts in the comment section below and let's get into this heated discussion. And if you think this situation couldn't possibly get any messier, think again. Click the link to watch another jaw-dropping video that takes this chaos to a whole new level. Buckle up, because this isn't just drama, it's an absolute circus and not the kind anyone wants a front row seat to. Y'all buckle up, because this story is a whole circus and not the fun kind. But now I genuinely want to hear your thoughts on this entire situation. What do you think about the police showing up at Cran's home? Do you believe this was an overreaction, or was it a necessary step to ensure Junior's well-being, given all the concerns surrounding her parenting choices, especially after the shocking revelation about Junior's possible medical condition? Do you think Child Protective Services will take further action, Or is this just another dramatic chapter in her never-ending cycle of controversy? Do you think Chrisean will finally take this as a wake-up call and make changes for the sake of her son? Or will she continue to spiral deeper into this reckless behavior? And what about the people who reported her? Were they genuinely concerned for Junior's safety, or do you think they simply wanted to bring her down out of spite? This situation has left social media divided, with some people believing that she deserves to lose custody, while others argue that despite her questionable actions, she still loves her child and shouldn't have him taken away. Where do you stand on this? You all know the drill. Share your thoughts in the comment section below and let's get into this heated discussion. And if you think this situation couldn't possibly get any messier, think again. Click the link to watch another jaw-dropping video that takes this chaos to a whole new level. Buckle up because this isn't just drama. It's an absolute circus and not the kind anyone wants a front row seat to.